Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be at. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be at. I was talking to a young lady maybe a few months ago, not too long ago, and she had mentioned that I go to places where you have to pay for a woman's company, if you know what I'm talking about. Right. Let me be honest with you. From an individual who is beyond well traveled, I will say that no matter where you are at in the world, if you are trying to pay for company, you can. From North America, South America, a lot of the places in the Middle East, Africa, Asia, for sure, Europe. You can pay for the company of a woman. But let's be honest, women, men, listen up. If a man takes you out to dinner, right? Let's say a man takes you out to dinner, bowling, movie, dinner, whatever you do, it's going to involve some food, right? Before or after. He spends $100, $200, maybe even $50, $60. Uh, Women, you do not think that he has some expectation of your company after the fact. Think about that for a second. Let's say a man gets ready, gets dressed, puts on cologne or deodorant, gets in his car and drives 10 minutes, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever the case may be, takes you out, spends 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, $200. You don't think that he has some expectation or desire or want or craving for your company after the fact, after he spent all of that money? Let me be honest with you, women. He does. He does. He does. You think he just want to spend $100, $200 just to spend time with you, then go home and watch TV and watch Netflix and go to bed, then get ready for work the next morning? Whether the man is indirectly or directly paying for he's looking for your company afterwards. Directly, it's going to a parlor, a street, a house, an apartment, an establishment where you know where it goes on, getting it, paying for it, then leaving. That is direct company, right? Indirect company is taking you to dinner. Indirect company is taking you to the movies. Indirect company is taking you bowling. Indirect company is putting you on a flight, going on a trip. He has an expectation that you're going to spend time with him after that. Whether it happens or not, I don't know. But there's an expectation there. So I hate when women say, "Oh, you go to countries where you're paying for a woman's company." You think if I go spend 60, 70 euros or more on an evening or a night with a woman that I'm not having some expectation that I'm going to get something afterwards? And I'm not talking about a hug and a kiss on the cheek either. Women, I don't want you to see my social media or any social media of a man where he visits countries where you think there is a pay for play scenario there, whether there is or isn't. Let's say it is. Okay. Does that mean he's indulging in it? There's plenty of men in Asia, South America, Africa, Europe, these Western countries, USA, that have wives. There's plenty of men that's married to a woman from South America. There's plenty of men that's married to a woman from the Middle East, Africa, Asia, Europe. Not every man that goes to these countries is looking for your company afterwards. But I guarantee you, woman, that every man that takes you out is looking for your company afterwards. So I hate when women have this thing in their mind that thinks, oh, men just want sex. Men just want to take me home. Let's be honest. They do. They do. But you can't think that I have to travel or this man has to travel far to pay for play. Because that man that is taking you out, that man wants to have dinner with you, that man wants to spend time with you, he's just not doing that because he's bored. He's just not doing that because he has nothing better to do with his time. He's just not doing that because he's lonely. He's just not doing it because he wants to spend 3 hours with you when he could be asleep. He could be studying. He could be fixing his car. That man has better things to do than to take you out. So when he goes out of his way, when he takes time out of his schedule to take you out, to spend time with you, there is an expectation of something. I just hate when women feel like, oh, he goes to these places, he's going to pay for this. Okay, let's say I'm in the States, right? And I've showed a video 2 or 3 years ago of me taking a woman out to some restaurant in D.C., right? Bill was like $100 or something. There's an expectation of something after that. But guess what? Guess what? And I'm going to give you women a hint. Sorry, guys, I apologize. I'm going to give you women a hint. Go out, right? A good man's going to say, where do you want to go? A good man's going to say, what kind of restaurant do you want to go to? A good man's going to say, what kind of food do you like? Most women aren't going to say McDonald's. Most women aren't going to say, hey, go spend $5 on me on our first date. Most women aren't going to say that, right? So let's say this. A man takes you out, right? You don't give him none the first day. Next week, man takes you out. You don't give him none. Do you think he's going to see you again? Ask yourself that. Do you think he's going to continue to spend money to take you out without getting nothing in return? Ask yourself that, woman. Name one woman in the world who's gone on 3 dates with a man and he paid and he's still around without nothing being involved in the end. It just doesn't happen. Have I done it? Yes. Would I do it? Yes. But she's going to have to be one in a million. And to be honest with you, in this point in my life, I got, something going on. But I'm not really, into that lifestyle I was into before. But as I've grown older, I don't mind getting to know someone. I don't mind spending time with someone. I don't mind spending the money and not having any kind of physical contact afterwards. As I've gotten older, I don't mind that personally. If I was to get back into the dating scene, I wouldn't mind it. But I'm very picky too, I am very, very picky when it comes to women. So being how picky I am, I personally don't mind it, but 99.9% of men are going to mind it. They don't want to spend $200, $300, $400 on dates and don't get anything in return. I'm gonna make another video, and men aren't gonna like this, but women, all men really want from you is your body. That's it. I'm gonna make another. I'm not gonna say too much, but that's really all they want from you. That dinner, those movies, that bowling, that little money he sent you, those trips, he's coming to see you, he's checking on you, those good morning texts. He only wants one thing, and a consistent thing, a weekly thing, a monthly thing. That's all he really wants. But don't think, and I'm going to say these things in my next video regarding women don't bring anything to the table, but don't think for a second, women, just because a man is a passport bro, or he goes overseas or he travels, that he's paying for play. Because that man that takes you out to dinner, he's paying for play too. One way or another, directly or indirectly, a man's paying for play. And most men, I'm out of the game, I'm retired, but most men would rather pay for it, no emotions, no gas money, no dinners, no movies. Most men would rather pay for it than go on countless dates hoping they get it. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. Most men would rather go the direct route than the indirect route. Passport bros, men, women understand that a lot of these guys aren't going over there to pay for play. But if they are, that's fine. But that guy that's taking you out, that guy that's messaging you, that guy that's spending time with you, tell him you're celibate. Tell him you're withholding for your husband and see if he continues to take you out on a date. Tell him you're waiting until you get married and see if he continues to take you out on a date. Free game. Till next time.